Hello, hello, everybody. This is Bernardo Torres from English Access. Today, we are going to start the class about unit number 5, but first, we are going to finish unit number 4. We have some exercises to do from unit number 4. Not much, just one or two exercises, and we finish unit number 4. And then we start unit number 5. Unit number 4 was about describing your typical morning. Describe your weekly routines, do routines that you do on the week. Answer yes or no to questions about activities and then give more information to sound friendly using strategies about the conversation saying well to give you time to think. And finally, read about articles for Americans, average Americans. What do they do? What are their activities? And finally, write a little bit about your activities. Here, we learn how to answer what is your typical day like with activities we do as a routine. Wake up, go to work, go to bed at night, feed the dog, cook dinner, comb my hair, many activities that we do in the morning as a routine. We review the pronouns, subject pronouns, because he, she, and it are special pronouns. We need to change the verb for third person, he, she, it. Here are the rules again. We add an S to most verbs. Verbs ending consonant plus Y, we remove the Y and add IES. And finally, with verbs ending O, SH, CH, X, or double S, we add ES to the verb in order to change for the third person. After that, we learn how to say yes or no in different ways and give more information about the question. And if we don't have time to think, we can use this strategy, saying well before the answer to give you time to think. Uh, After that, we learned about the average American. What activities do they do? Let's go to the workbook to finish that activity. Workbook, please, page 32 on average. Here we have a question. Number one, or A, it says, what do you think average Americans do after work or school? We have uh, read about these activities, and here we have 6 activities. Spend time with the family, go out with friends, read a book, go out to dinner, watch TV, or go shopping. These are 6 activities. Which activities do you think they do? Do you think they spend time with the family? Do you think Americans spend time with family as with the brother, the sister, mother, mom? They watch TV together. Do they spend time with the family? Yes or no? Yes, they spend time with the family. Do you think they read a book like Peña Nieto? They read books? Yes, they read sometimes. Do they watch TV? I say yes. What about go out with friends? Going out with friends? Yes, of course. It's normal activities. Go out to dinner? Maybe go out to dinner with the picadas or some sopes. Ah, okay, Antonio, don't worry. You can chat anything. You can type whatever you need to ask. Antonio says his microphone doesn't work. So he's going to type questions or comments. Okay, Antonio? Go out to dinner. We go to the picadas, to the sopes, maybe to the tacos. Americans, they go to get hamburgers, yeah, or ice cream, or sodas, or maybe milkshakes, malteadas, and go shopping. Do you think they go shopping? Do you think they go shopping, Antonio? Carolina? Yes, they go shopping. Here we have an article. We need to read the article and then we are going to check about these activities. I want you to help me read the article to know if our answers are correct because we say that they do all these activities. But now we are going to check in the article about their activities. The article says after work and school. So this article is about activities they do after work or after school. Can you, uh, is your microphone working, Antonio? Yes or no? Is working your microphone? If not, help me, Carolina, to read about the article, please. Okay, open your microphone. Start with here. I say the title, and you start from here to here, okay? To families. All this together, okay? One, two, three. After work and school.
Do Americans go out every night after after work and have fun?
And have
Maybe,
fun. Mm-hmm.
maybe the answer is surprise,
Surprising.
surprising, but no, they don't. They don't usually go out with friends in the evening, and they don't go out to dinner or going shopping. So that's the day too. Well, about
90%.
90% of Americans stay at home in the evening to relax. In fact, it's their favorite activity. They read, they watch, and spend time with their family.
Mm-hmm. They read, watch TV, and spend time with the family. So, right here, spend time with the family is correct. Read is correct. Watch TV is correct. They don't go out with friends. They don't go out to dinner. And they don't go shopping. So this is incorrect. You see, average American stay home. 90% of Americans, they stay home. Okay. So I'm going to read this part, then you continue. Antonio, is your microphone working? Let me know. Okay, no. He says no. So, what about young people? Young people, so like me, like you, young people. No more than 30. 30 years old or less. No más de 30. 30 o menos. Young people, jóvenes. What about young people? Well, they spend a lot of time at home too. American high school students study about 6 hours a week and watch TV for about 15 hours a week. Okay, Carolina, help me please.
Most Americans also have a hobby and look fun, interesting things like play sport or music. Americans stay home a lot, but they stay busy too.
but they stay busy. So they are doing something at home. Very good. Here are average Americans' favorite activities. So these are the activities they like to do: reading, watching TV, spending time with their families, exercising, and using the internet. So now that we read the article, in exercise C says, read the article again, then correct these false sentences. These sentences are incorrect, so we need to correct them. For example, number one, Americans go out with friends every night after work. This is incorrect because Americans, it says they don't usually go out with friends. No, they stay home. They don't go shopping. So this is the correction. Americans don't usually go out with friends in the evening. After work, this number two, Americans usually go shopping. This is correct or incorrect?
Correct.
Okay, it says here, and they don't go out to dinner or go shopping. So this sentence is incorrect. So let me write the correction. After work, Americans don't usually go shopping. So this is the correction. After works, Americans don't usually go shopping. Okay? Now help me with number three. Antonio, you can type the answer. It says American high school students usually study for 3 hours at night. What is the correct answer here? This is
Hours.
it. So the correct for this sentence, Carolina Antonio, says like this. American high school
Student
students
study around
usually,
usually study
usually study
6 hours
for for 6 hours a night. Because here it says so. American high school students, American high school students study about 6 hours a week. Uh, for 3 hours a night. Mm, okay, 6 hours a week is 1 hour a night. So it's not 6 hours, it's 1 hour at night because it's 6 hours, not three. It says American high school students study about 6 hours a week. So Monday, Tuesday, Wednesday, Thursday, Friday, Saturday, 1 hour a day. So it's 1 hour a night. Okay, let's go for number four. American high school students don't watch TV. What does it say here? Watch TV.
16 hours.
15 hours. So, what is the correction for sentence number four? American high school
American high
students,
school usually study
Americans, no, only America. American high school
American high school
students,
students.
mhm,
Usually student,
American high school students don't watch TV or they watch TV.
don't,
Is negative or affirmative?
don't,
American high school students study about 6 hours a week and watch TV for about 15 hours a week.
don't.
So, don't or yes?
Yes, yes.
Yes, so American high school students, affirmative, says Antonio, watch TV. And that's it. American high school students watch TV. They do. They watch TV. The average American doesn't have a hobby. Most Americans also have a hobby and do fun. Interesting things like play sports or music. So, is this sentence correct or incorrect? Number five.
Correct. Yes.
Incorrect. What is the correct answer here then? We can correct this. The average American,
Also have usually
remove the doesn't. So the average American doesn't have, this is incorrect. So it's not negative. So we remove doesn't and we only say the average American have a hobby, because this one here is the correct one. Okay, we changed from negative to affirmative. Okay, here are the corrections. You can copy that in your book or in your notebook. Remember, we are practicing the workbook right now. And now we are moving on. Do you have the answers? Did you copy the answers? Okay. Let's go for page 33. Very good, Antonio. Weekends. What do you do on your weekend? Here we have email messages from Joe to Ian, but here in this one, we have problems. This is this has many words that are incorrect. They are misspelling for the use of capital letters. It says, read the email messages, then rewrite or write again. In this part, in this message, we need to write again Joe Joe's message because he he didn't use capital letter, Here, hi, without no capital letter. Ian, the name, no capital letter. Starting a new sentence. I is incorrect because has to be a capital letter. I again. Saturday is incorrect. I is incorrect. What other word is incorrect?
I play
I play.
Sunday,
Exactly.
Sunday.
Sunday, yes. Where is Sunday? Oh, yes, Sunday is incorrect.
Joe, Joe,
Joe is incorrect. What other word? What about
Frida,
this?
Frida,
Languages. I take a Spanish class. Here, sorry,
en el santo reloj dice Friday,
Friday. Yes, Friday is incorrect. Thank you, Carolina. So here are the corrections because in those words, you need to write capital letters. So please, I am going to give you a minute to rewrite this message, all this message right here, but with the corrections. You write this on this part, okay? With the corrections. And as you can see, right here, hi Ian is already corrected. So you start from yes. Yes is okay right here, but the other words are incorrect. Let me help you with something here. Like this, you start like yes, comma. I have a busy weekends. Friday nights, comma. I have busy weekends. On Friday night, I miss the on part. On Friday night, I visit my family downtown. On Saturdays. Okay, family downtown. Let me correct something here. On Saturdays and so on. You please correct the complete email. Antonio, please correct also your email here. This email right here. Did you finish, Carolina?
Finish,
Very
teacher.
good. Saturdays, and then I is a capital letter. Spanish capital letter. I take a class at Grove College. I believe Grove is the name of the college, so Grove here is also a name because we have the name Grove College. Grove is also capital letter, okay? So let me write something here to give you the example. At Grove College. Because Grove is the name of the college. That's why it needs a capital letter. Grove College in this part. On Sundays, Sundays capital letter, I capital letter. I don't study capital letter. Weekends, I don't have time. Joe capital letter. And that is the correction. In part B, it's like a practice. In this part, you, Carolina, you, Antonio, you need to answer these questions. This question, what do you do on the weekends? And you are going to write an email to a friend about your weekend activities. So the activities that you do on the weekend, for example, hi fulanito, hi fulanito, just an example. Uh, I have a busy weekend. I go, I go to La Gran Plaza or Plaza Galerías is the name. I go to La Gran Plaza with my family to restaurants to eat. And later we go to Cinépolis. Cinépolis, capital letter, because it's the name of the movie theater. Okay, and this is an example. You continue writing your activities, things, or maybe you go to the beach, maybe you go to the park. Your activities you do on the weekend. Go out to eat, go to the market. Maybe you say, oh, I like to go to La Gran Plaza or to Galerías, I don't know, to eat with my family, with my friends. But these are your activities you do on the weekend. Okay? But you have to complete the exercise with your activities. Hi fulanito, hi perenganito, I have a busy weekend. I go to La Gran Plaza with my family to restaurants to eat, and later we go to Cinepolis to watch a movie. Maybe we go to visit our family or friends. Your activities, okay? Okay, Antonio? Very good. Very good, Fandango. Okay, now here in this progress chart, we check that in our book right here in this progress chart. Now we are going to go to the free time. Free time unit number 5. Yesterday we talked about some activities that you can do in your free time. For example, this one. Can you read right here, Carolina?
Go to the movies.
Antonio, read this. No matter if you don't hear, you read it. You say, you repeat it out. Thank you, Antonio. I know that you repeat it. Carolina, number 3.
Go to the go to a club.
Go to a club to move the bote, to move the esqueleto with music. And finally, number 4, go on the internet. These are free time activities, activities that you do in your free time, things that you like to do when there is nothing else to do. Okay, let's continue. Oh, here is my presentation. Yes, we are in number 5. When you move the button, more activities. For example, watch TV. Number 2, go to the movies. These are
Play
free
video
time. Play
games.
video games.
Take
Number 4,
photos.
listen to music.
Read
Read a book. Number
through
6,
the internet.
surf the internet. Yes, maybe
Play an instrument.
play an instrument. Play here means tocar, like play the piano. It's not like jugar. Play in this matter with music, with instruments. Play means tocar. Okay, has many uses. Play. Go shopping. Do you go shopping, Antonio? Very good. Do you like to go shopping? Do you like to pay? No, huh? No, I don't like to pay. Spend time with family, yes. And what about this? Go out with friends. Carolina, do you go out with friends?
Yes, teacher. Yes,
What
I
about you, Antonio? Do you go out with friends? Do you, Antonio? And study. You study English. Very good, very good. Okay. These are free time, some examples of free time activities. And we saw this question, how often? We are into this little by little. How often is asking about the frequency, very important. So it's important to know frequency words that we can use to talk about our activities. When do we do our activities? With what frequency? How often? How often does she study? Or do you visit your grandmother? How often? Meaning, ¿qué tan seguido? And here in this part, we have some questions. We saw this survey yesterday. How often do you go out? Once a week or once a week? One. Twice?
know.
Twice a week, meaning that you go maybe 2 days of the week, Monday and Tuesday. Once, only one day, maybe only Monday. How often? Who do you go with? Very important. Go out means to visit la Gran Plaza or to go out to La Alameda. But with here, this word is asking for your company. Who is with you at the moment? Your brother, your sister, your boyfriend, your girlfriend, your wife, your marido, I don't know, your husband. Could be someone that you go with. In this case, your family, friends, girlfriend, boyfriend, other, we don't know. Question 6, what do you do in your free time at home? Free time. When is asking a general time question. When do you usually go out? On weeknights on weekends is a general question, not a specific time, but a general time of the day or expression of time. For example, weeknights or weekends, only Saturday and Sunday. Question number three, where do you go? Where is asking for places. Where do you go? To the movies, to clubs, to restaurants, to the gym, other. And finally, again, how often does your family eat out together? How often? Once or twice a week? Two or three times a month? Only on special occasions. Other once a month. This was the answer for Robert Acosta. Okay, let's review this part. Let's listen again about Robert Acosta answering the survey here. Let's listen again.
Number 2, page 44, Unit 5,
Right here.
Free Time. Lesson A, Going Out. 1. Getting Started. B. Listen and read as Robert completes the survey with his friend Rebecca. Check his answers.
Hey, Robert, listen to this. It's a survey in my magazine.
What's it about?
It's about your free time.
Okay. Ask me the questions.
Wait. Name, Robert Acosta. Occupation, student. Okay. 1. How often do you go out? Every night? Once or twice a week? Other.
I guess I go out once or twice a week.
Okay. 2. When do you usually go out? On weeknights? On weekends?
On weekends.
How about weeknights?
No.
Okay. 3. Where do you go? To the movies? To clubs? To restaurants? To the gym? Other. Well, not the gym, that's for sure.
Hey! Check, movies and restaurants.
Next question. 4. Who do you go out with? Your family? Your friends? Your girlfriend? Other.
My friends.
Friends? No girlfriend?
No, not right now.
Okay. 5. And how often does your family eat out together? Once or twice a week? 2 or 3 times a month? Only on special occasions? Other.
No way.
Okay. Other?
Yeah, once a month.
Last question. 6. What do you do in your free time at home? Do you go on the internet?
No.
Relax in front of the TV?
Yeah.
Rent movies?
No.
Other.
Yeah. I do surveys in magazines.
Okay.
Page 45. 2. Grammar. Simple.
Okay, now in this part, as we continue, we cover this, well, some questions and some time expressions. Once a week, with my friends. This is very important. Who do you out with? Who do you go out with? Is asking about people. In part 2, getting started, number 1, now in the exercise C, we need to put the words in the correct order to make questions. As you can see, these questions are scrambled, not in order. We need to put the words in order to create a question. And then we are going to practice. We can use the survey to look for the questions, but let's try not to. What is the correct order for question number 1? Help me, please. You can write down the answer, Antonio. Carolina, what is the correct order for this question? When, very good. When you do or do you? Exactly. When do you? When do you go out? Question mark. This is the correct order. Very good. So this is number 1. Number 2, Antonio or Carolina. Antonio, try to do 3 and 4. Please type the answer. Carolina, number 2. What is the correct answer? Who do, who, who, it's like say Juan. Say Juan. Repeat after me, Juan. Okay, just now remove the and say who. Juan, who, only who, this is the pronunciation for who, for this word. Who. Next word, Carolina, who do
You
exactly, who do you
go out with.
go out with? Very good. Question mark, very important, the question mark. Antonio, do you have number 3? What in your free time do you do? What is the correct order, Antonio? Can you type it on the chat? Or Carolina is going to win this exercise.
What do
Okay,
you
Carolina, what
do you in your free time? Do. What do you do
exactly
in your free time?
in your free time? Very good, Carolina. What do you do? Very good, Antonio. Yes. Antonio, number 4. Number 4. Very good, Antonio. What do you, is the do is after you. Okay. As you can see here, Antonio, this is the correct one. Okay. Now, what about number 4? Your family eat out together. How often does? Let's give time to Antonio for him to answer. Okay, Antonio, time is running out, Antonio. Don't worry. We wait for you. How often? Exactly, Antonio. How often does your family go? No, eat out together. Yes, go is not here. Eat out together. Together, and don't forget question mark. This is very important because it's a question. Very good. So we have the questions. We have the correct place for each word in the questions. So what are we going now is to ask these questions to a partner. In this case, I am going to ask this to Carolina and also to you, Antonio. Please, in your house, try to repeat the answers. These are the answers right here. The answers are here. For example, Carolina, I am going to say the question and you answer with letter B, okay? Carolina, when do you go out?
Gone out on the weekend.
I go out on weekends. Very good. Weekends, Saturday and Sunday. Very good. Carolina, who do you go out with?
With my friends.
With your friends. Ah, okay. Antonio, what do you do in your free time? Oh, yes, Antonio. I go on the internet. Very good, Antonio. And finally, how often, a frequency, does your family eat out together? Antonio, you say twice a month. Twice a month. Carolina, how often does your family eat out together?
Which a month.
Twice.
Twice a month.
Twice, very good. Twice a month. Now let's go to the part number 2, the grammar. This is an audio that I want you to listen. It has the rules, how to form questions. And as you can see, what? First position. These are questions that we use when we need information. What asks for a general information. Number 2, who asks for people. Who are you? Who is he? Who are they? My friends. Who is he? My sister, my brother. When, ask for the time. General time maybe, not specific. When is asking for the time. Number 4, how often? How often is asking about the frequency. And where is asking about a place. So let's check question number 1. Please follow me and repeat the question. Number 1, what do you do in your free time?
What do you do in your free time?
Meet my friends.
Meet my friends.
Meet my friends means in Spanish visitar o ver ¿a quién? To friends. Meet my friends. Number 2, who do you go out with? Repeat.
Who do you go out with?
A friend.
A friend.
Number 3, when does she
When does she go out? On the weekends. How often does he eat out? Twice a month. Where do they go on Saturday night?
Okay. Twice a month.
Twice a month.
My microphone went off. Okay. So thank you, Carolina. You repeated all. Let me put the audio so you can hear again. Okay?
Present information questions.
What do you do in your free time?
Meet my friends.
You see? What do you do in your free time? Meet my friends.
Who do you go out with?
Who do you go out with?
A friend.
A friend.
When does she go out?
When does she go out?
On the weekends.
On the weekends.
How often does he eat out?
How often does he eat out?
Twice a month.
Twice a month. Listen.
He eat out.
Twice a month.
Twice a month.
Where do they go on Saturday nights?
Where do they go on Saturday nights?
To the movies.
To the movies. A place. To the movies. Now, how often we can use these as answers for this question? How often does he go out? Twice a month. Maybe every day. Maybe on Friday nights or once a week or 3 times a week. How often you can use these answers? For example, in Acapulco, how often do you eat pozole? On Thursdays, right, Carolina? Antonio, in Puebla, how often do you eat mole? Every day? On Fridays? Once a week? Maybe 3 times a week? Once a week, okay. Yes, once a week means let me erase this and use another thing. If you eat mole once a week, you eat 4 times a month. You eat mole 4 times a month, right? Is this correct? Yes, mole is delicious. Delicious. Red or green? Red? Very good, yes. So, these are expressions we can use when we answer how often. How often? Every day, on Fridays, and so on. Okay, let's continue. Here, we have to write the information questions and then practice. We need to complete, or well, we have the answer. And here we use the strategy, really, and then we ask a second questions. For example, I go out once a week. Really? Where do you go? Because we need to know the place. And he says, I go to a restaurant near my house. Let's answer number 2. Number 2, it says, I go to the movies on Friday nights. This is the information. Yeah, we need to complete the question here, but check the answer. You see, here we have the examples for questions. We are going to use this. In number 2, we know that he goes to the movies on Friday nights. The second sentence here, I go with some friends from work. So what is the best question? Who do you go out with? What do you do in your free time? What is the best question for this exercise? Okay, let me erase this. Again. Okay. I go with some friends from work. What is the best question? Check the questions here. 1, 2, 3, 4, or 5. Because the answer says, I go with some friends from work. When? No. Check the answer. When does she go out on weekends? But for example, who do you go out with? A friend. So the question here is who? Yes, that's the question. Who do you go out with? That's the question. Oh, wait, what did I do? I just make a mistake here. Let me see if I can correct it. If not, the answer is here. Who do you go out with? Who do you go out with? Because the answer is telling us about people. You see, I go with some friends from work. So we need to think about the correct question for this exercise. Who do you go out with is the correct answer for number 2. What about number 3? It says, my best friend texts me a lot. What do you do? Who do you go out when? Let me erase this one. When? How often does he? Where do they go? What is the correct one? It says 20 times a day. 20 times.
What?
No.
When?
No.
Where?
No, it's not talking about a place. The answer is talking about frequency.
How often?
How often? Yes, that's the answer. How often? So the question is, how often does he text you? Please write the question in your book, in your workbook, or in the book. How often does he text you? He texts me about 20 times a day. Imagine 20 times a day. Your friend is a good friend. Okay, my best friend. Now let's do number 4. It says, my friend goes to the gym every day. The question, really? We don't know the question. The answer says, she goes in the morning before work. What is the correct answer? The correct question. What? General information. Who is talking about a person? When? A time of day? How often? Frequency? Or where? A place? The answer says, she goes in the morning before work.
What?
No. Check the answer. She
What?
goes in the morning. When? Exactly, Antonio. When is the answer? Because when tell us about the time. So right here, the question is when does your friend go to the gym? When does your friend go to the gym? That's the question. Because the answer says she goes in the morning before work. Okay? Mm. Okay, right here. Yes, let me erase this one. So, for number 2, who do you go out with? Number 2, who do you go out with? Number 3, my best friend, how often does your friend text you? How often does your friend text you? Okay. Number 4, when does your friend go to the gym? When does your friend go to the gym? She goes in the morning. Now, with these examples, help me with number 5, please. It says, my parents go out about once a month. So, the question, the answer, well, they go to a club or they eat out. What is the question? What, who, when, how often, or where? The answer is talking about a club or a restaurant. Excuse me? No? One more time. We need to complete the question here. We don't know the question, but the answer says, well, they go to a club, or they go to a restaurant. What, who, when, how often, or where? When? The answer is about the time of the day. Is the answer about the time? Is the answer about frequency? Is the answer about places? Places. Yes, a club or a restaurant. So the question is, which one? What, who, when, how often, or where? 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 Because, yes, Antonio, where? Because the answer is about places. Where do they go? Where do they go? Where is asking about places. So where do they go? Oh, well, they go to a club or they eat out. They eat out in a restaurant. Okay. Check number 6, please. It says, I have a lot of free time before class. Before class. Okay. I have a lot of time before. Really? Then he says, oh, I go to a cafe and read. I have a lot of free time before class. And this is general information. Huh? What? So the question is, help me with the question. What do what do you do in your free time? Or what do you do before class? That is a good one, Carolina. What do you do in your free time, or what do you do before class? Very good. This is correct too. Yes, Antonio. Okay. Number 7. My sister plays sports twice a week. Twice a week. Really? Soccer and tennis. The answer, soccer and tennis. What? What? What?
Do you?
No.
What do?
Sister. The sister. She.
What she?
But we need to use do or does.
Does.
What does
What does?
your sister or she? What does your sister play? And that's it. What does your sister play? Soccer and tennis. And finally, number 8. It says, I go out on Thursday nights. Check the answer. My sister. We go to our favorite cafe. My sister. My sister is a place. My sister is general information. My sister is a time expression, a frequency, or a person. A person. So, which one we use? Huh?
No.
For a person?
Where?
No.
No.
Who? Exactly, Carolina. So we ask who, and here we have the example. Look at the question. Who?
Do she?
Just like this one.
Who does? No. Who do? He, she. Or who do? No. It's
Check.
who do you?
Who do you go out with? Who do you go out with? Because it says I go, not she, not he, not they, I. I go out on Thursday nights. Who do you go out with? My sister. We go to our favorite cafe. Okay. So the question, the correct question is, who do you go out with? Okay. It's but let's repeat this because this is important. What, this question, what, is asking about general information. So we used to ask about he or she, but to know some information. What do you do in your free time? What does she do in her free time? But what? General information. Who? In this case, who is asking about people? For example, who is your classmate, Carolina? Who is your classmate?
Who?
Anton, who is your right now in this class? Who is your classmate?
Antonio.
Antonio. When is the class? In the afternoon. So it's a question of time. What is the class? What subject is the class? English, general information. Who is your classmate? Antonio. When is the class? In the afternoon. How often is the class? Frequency. 4 days a week. Monday, Tuesday, Wednesday, frequency. 4 days a week or 4 times a week. Where is the class? In the computer via Zoom. Where is talking about places. So review, we saw this in lesson 3, I guess, but we can review it again. What? General information. What is your name? What do you do? What does she do? What is her name? Who? Ask about people. Who is he? Who is she? Who are they? Who do you go out with? When is talking about the time, a general time of day, in the morning, in the afternoon, in the evening, at noon, at night, at midnight. How often? Ask about frequencies. Once a week, twice a week, 4 times a week or more, every day, on Fridays, on Saturdays, 3 times a month, and so on. Frequency. How often do you repeat an activity? And where is talking about or asking about places. For example, where do you eat? In my house. Where do you play? In the school. Where do you study? In the library. Where do you read? In the living room or in my house. Where is talking about place. Where do you swim? At the beach or in a pool. You see, where? Ask about places. So that's why number 5, where? Where do they go? They go to a club. How often? Because it's an action that is repeated here. He texts me about 20 times. How often does your friend text you? It's a repetition. When? A general time expression. Right here, my friend goes to the gym every day. Really? When does your friend go to the gym? In the morning. When? Time expression. In the morning. When? Who is asking about people? I go to the movies. Who do you go out with? With my friends. Is asking about people. We are going to review this later on, okay? In the next classes. So do you have the answers? Did you write the answers? Do you write the answers in your book? Yes. Okay, let's go to part B. It says, change the underlying words in the conversations to your own information. Well, you need to practice. Instead of saying on Thursday nights, maybe you go out on Saturday nights, you change the underlying information with your own information. For example, number one, it says, I go to a club once a week. Really? Who do you go with? But you change your own ideas. Okay. Let's go to part 3. Speaking naturally. Let's hear the track.
Page 40.
Let's hear the audio.
45.
Can you hear it?
3.
Do you hear it? Okay.
Speaking naturally. Do you?
Do you?
A.
Check how do you sounds. Check how it sounds.
Listen and repeat the questions above. Notice the pronunciation of do you.
Do you? Check the pronunciation.
Do you go out a lot? Where do you go? What do you do?
Listen again.
Do you go out a lot? Do you go out a lot?
Do you go out a lot? It's a little bit faster. Do you go out a lot? Repeat after me. Do you go out a lot?
Go out a lot?
Do you go out a lot?
Do you go out a lot?
Very good. Number 2.
Where do you go?
Where do you go?
Where do you go?
Where do you go? There's a song. Where do you go?
Where
Where
do
do you go?
Where do you go?
Like the song. There is a song in English. Where do you go? Well, where do you go? And finally, number 3.
What do you do?
What do you do? What do you do?
What do you do?
What do you do?
What do you do?
Exactly. Needs to sound more natural. Let's listen again and go on.
Who?
Repeat, please.
Do you go out a lot?
Do you go out a lot?
Where do you go?
Where do you go?
What do you do?
What do you do?
Very good. Now, here we need to complete the conversations. Number 1 is done already. So the question is for student A, do you relax in your free time? Yes, well, yes, on the weekends. What is the question? We need to write the question. It says, I sleep late, read, watch TV. What is the question?
What do you do?
Okay. Let's listen again.
Page 45. 3. Speaking naturally. Do. B. Listen and complete the conversation.
Now, as you listen, you are going to complete the conversation. Check the questions, please. Okay?
1.
1 is done.
Do you relax in your free time?
Well, yes, on the weekends.
On the weekends, check the question.
What do you do?
What do you do? What do you do? Very good. This is for number 1. What do you do? I sleep late, read, and watch TV. What about number 2? What is the answer? Movies? Yes, I do. I like movies a lot.
Do you go out a lot?
Okay, but you see, movies. You need to use movies.
Okay. Where do you go?
Where do you go movies?
Or do you go out a lot?
Mm, could be. Antonio, type. Let's listen. 2.
I sleep late, read, watch TV.
Check number 2.
2,
Do you go to the movies?
Ah,
2,
Do you go to the movies?
2,
Do you go to the movies?
do you go to the movies? Do you go to the movies? Do you go to the movies? Very fast. Yes, I do. I like movies a lot. Check the answer. 2 or 3 times a month.
Yes, I do. I like movies a lot.
How often do you go?
2 or 3 do. I like movies a lot.
How often do you go?
2 or 3 times a month.
What is the question?
Please?
Yes, I do. I like movies a lot.
Sorry, Carolina, can you repeat?
How often?
How often? Because here in the answer, we have a frequency. So, how often do you go? How often do you go?
2,
Do you go to the movies?
Yes, I do. I like movies a lot.
How often do you go?
2 or 3 times a month.
Okay. Now, to practice this, very important, let's go to the workbook. Here, going out lesson A for the unit number 5, free time, we have an activity. It says in your free time. Check the question. How often do you do these things? How often? Repetition in a week, in a day, or every day, 2, 3, 4 times a week, once or twice a week, once or twice a month. You need to complete the chart with the free time activities we have in the box. For example, eat out. Eat out once or twice a week. What about go on the internet? Do you go to the internet every day, 3 or 4 times a week, once or twice a week, or once or twice a month? Go on the internet.
Every day.
Every day, yes, that's the frequency. So, go on the internet. Every day. What about go out with friends? Every day? 3 or 4 times a week? Once or twice a month? Or a week? Or once or twice a month? Go out with friends. Meaning that you go with your friends to the movies, to La Plaza, to the beach, to La Alameda, with your, how often?
Once or twice a month.
Okay, go out with friends. Once or twice a month. What about go to a club to move the bote, Antonio? Oh, you go every day, right? You dance every day. No, Antonio? Yes? You go to a club every day to move the bote? No? You go dancing every day? No? How often do you go to a club, Antonio? Every day? 3 or 4 times every day, Antonio? ¿Vas a los clubs todos los días? ¿Qué tan seguido vas a un club? ¿No? Every day, 3 or 4 times a week, once or twice a month. What about you, Carolina?
Once or twice a month.
Once or twice a month, yes. Go to a club. For me, I go to a club 0. None. Go to the gym. Do you go to the gym, Antonio? Do you go to the gym, Carolina?
Yes, teacher.
Okay, every day?
No.
3 or 4 times a week?
A week.
Okay, go to the gym. Very good. So you complete the chart with the activities, okay? These are your activities. If you don't go to a place, don't mention it. Don't write it. Now, let's go for activity number 2. We have a schedule here. What is a schedule? It's like a calendar. A calendar with activities for this person. Craig's busy schedule. This is the name of the person. And these are the activities and the days he does the activities. It's a weekly planner. It's like the plan of activities for the week. So let's listen to the instructions. Let's read them. It says, read Craig's weekly planner. Are the sentences below true or false? We need to check true or false depending on the activities on the weekly planner. For example, Sunday morning, do the laundry. This is an activity he does in the morning. Evening, dinner with mom and dad. See, he eats at night with his parents. Number 1, let's check number 1. He says, he goes out with friends every evening. Okay. Evening, we have 3 general times here, very important. Check the general times: morning, afternoon, evening. So different activities at different hours. It says, he goes out with friends every evenings. Every evenings, out with friends, only Thursday with Sandra, Friday with Jim, Saturday with Bill. Not every evening, only 3 evenings a week. 3 days, Thursday, Friday, Saturday. This sentence is false because he does not go out with friends every evening, only 3 evenings a week. Check number 2. Number 2 says he goes to the library every day. Library here on Sunday? Library on Monday? No. Library on Tuesday? Yes. Library on Wednesday? No. Thursday? No. Friday? No. Saturday? No. It's only one day. So this sentence is true or false?
False.
It's false. So, and we need to correct the sentence. So, he goes to the library once a week, only one time. Yes, once a week. He goes to the library once a week. Let me put a check here. Okay. And there you have the correction. Okay. What about number 3? Help me with number 3, please. He goes shopping once a week. Shopping.
Yes.
Shopping, what day?
Monday.
Monday. Shopping on Monday? Oh, yes, right here. Very good. So the sentence here, number 3, true or false?
True.
True. Very good. The sentence is true. Number 4. He takes guitar lessons on Wednesday mornings. Guitar lessons.
Yes. True.
Morning?
Morning. No. True. Fall.
True or false?
Fall. Fall.
Okay, so mornings is incorrect. So the sentence is false. When does Craig take guitar lessons?
Afternoon.
In the afternoon. On Wednesday afternoon. And this is the correction. Not morning, afternoon. You, Carolina, you, Antonio, you need to correct 5, 6, 7, and 8. Okay?
Yes.
Okay. That's for practice. What did we learn today? We review a little bit of activities, free time activities, and also this important question: how often? How often is asking for frequency, and we need to remember some expressions that we use with how often: every day, on Friday, or any other day of the week, on Friday nights, on Wednesdays, on Mondays, once a week, only one opportunity, or 3 times a week, or 3 times you do the activity. Twice means you repeat the activity 2 times. Okay, so twice means 2 occasions. It's very important for you to remember that how often is answered with that expression. How often, and these expressions. Okay, so this is the end of this class. We are in lesson A. We finished lesson A. The next class will be about lesson B. Okay, it's everything for today. Very nice to have you here, guys. Let me stop sharing my screen. Very good, Antonio, that you type your answers. It's a very good one, very good activity. Thank you for being here, guys, and see you next class.